Mike, you're on the air. Go ahead, bud.
Hi, this is Mike, and I found an article a while back that Magic Johnson believes he was cured of the AIDS virus.
Mm-hmm.
He believes he was cured of the AIDS virus?
We talked about that
Yeah.
he thinks that God cured him because they have, they have these blood tests now that show that, with all these drugs, you can completely wipe out signs of AIDS in the bloodstream.
Right. Well, someone ought to...
Doesn't mean they're cured.
Yeah, it means that you just can't...
You just don't see the effects of the HIV in the blood anymore.
I think it affected his speech because I watched that show last night.
Live from Los Angeles, it's the Magic Hour.
It's funny as hell. I got some tape of it. You got it. Yeah, it's funny as hell. First of all, the audience applauds for like 15 minutes when he walks out.
Good, because that eats up time.
Yeah, it eats up a lot of time. Finally, the audience dies down, and he goes, I would like to explain on my first show. This is how he talks. I'm not kidding you.
He's standing there talking to the audience.
He's in a suit. I would like to explain to the audience. I mean, he really can't talk. He's boring and dull. He's got a nice smile and everything.
Yeah.
But, I would like to explain to all of you what the purpose of the Magic Johnson Hour is.
Yes, what is that?
May I do that? That's what he says. And then the audience goes, yeah! Again. When I was a guest on Johnny Carson, and then I was a guest on Arsenio, and then I was a guest on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, I always wondered what it would be like to sit behind the desk. Well, here I am. My legs were always too big for the desk, but it was the reason that I'm behind the desk and got this job is because of these legs.
Oh, dear.
So... I don't know who greenlighted this show, but it's a scream.
And I wanted to open the show every night with something, that I can call my own. Like Johnny Carson had the golf swing, Arsenio Hall, woo, 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 woo. So let's take a look and see if all my audience, the studio audience, will help me pick one out. We'll be right back after this. We'll be right back after this. We'll be right back after this. 1, 2, 3, bam! Let's go to work. Let's go. We'll be right back after this. Yeah. Thousand blessings. Bam. All net. Hey, fellas, come on. We'll be right back after this. Yes.
And he goes, all right, now everybody has a bad uncle, so do I. What? And then all of a sudden they bring out that comedian guy, the guy we met. He's his sidekick, Craig.
Sheila E. leads Magic's rocking band. Comedian Craig Shoemaker serves as his sidekick.
So they give me the show, and they said, this was exciting. I wasn't going to be Ed McMahon, ha, ha, ha. I'm the comedian that he laughs at. He gives me setup jokes. I thought it was a pretty cool premise. Instead of him doing a monologue, I do the monologue to him. But they panicked, and they brought in writers from The Tonight Show. Right. Not the Leno Tonight Show, the Johnny Carson. And the guy literally had a mullet cut and a members-only jacket. I said, Sling Blade, you can't make me tell these jokes. I'll get booed. He says to me, a boo is as good as a laugh.
So because Magic can't do a monologue and he can't talk, Craig comes out and he starts doing a monologue, and Magic Johnson goes, you're bad.
I get out to the couch, and this is the opening line. He says, mostly urban crowd, I'm white. And my setup is, and Sling Blade wrote this joke for me to say, hey, Craig, how about that Bulls game? Magic, I haven't seen a beating like that caught on tape since Rodney King. Okay, you see your reaction?
Wow. And this is 97. Like, it's a sensitive...
Oh, I am telling you, I thought they were going to... There was a collective gasp you could have heard here, here in New York from Paramount Studios. It was literally like this. Wasn't it boo? It wasn't a boo. It was a... like that. So it was silent.
So you got something actually, not a laugh, not a boo. Worse than either of them.
Worse than either.
Yeah.
Did Magic know that joke was coming?
I don't know the answer to that, but I do know this. He was known for the assist in basketball, but this was his response. Oh, Craig, you are bad. Remember? Then he goes, remember, buddy, that was Craig, not me. He threw me right in the wood chipper, the assist man. And then I told a joke about a celebrity. He didn't want to look bad. He goes, oh, Craig, you are bad. Now he's not going to come on the show. And I'm sitting there thinking, that's not the reason.
And Craig starts doing stuff about Madonna, and the Magic goes, wow, what you just said about Madonna, now I could never book her on this show. And he says, just blame it on me, Magic. I'm your bad uncle.
Oh, no.
Oh. You gotta hear this.
I've never heard of this.
It was like a parody of a talk show.
The Magic Hour debuted to mixed reviews from the critics, but late night TV is a tough field to play on, as the show Vibe, hosted by Sinbad, just found out.
Dave.
Hey, Howard, that show got so bad that Whitney Houston was one of the guests, and she claims to be the world's greatest vacuumer.
What do you do that probably people don't know that's like average, that everybody else does? What do you do?
That everybody else does?
Yeah, I mean that because something we don't know.
I am a famous vacuumer.
Craig, can you imagine that? What is that? I mean,
I like to vacuum.
Come over to my house. Man, I'd love to see that.
So, sure enough, he brings out a vacuum cleaner, and she starts vacuuming the stage.
Wow. That's pretty cutting edge. Can you imagine you have Whitney Houston on? I mean, there's a woman you really do want to interview.
This is a woman who never does talk shows.
Yeah. And he gets her out there, and she's vacuuming. I say, hey, what happened with you and your husband on that boat? But he's got her vacuuming. Whitney Houston's maybe one of the most interesting people on the planet.
Absolutely. How in the hell did you wind up married to Bobby Brown?
Yeah. See, celebrities now will only do shows where they know they won't be asked any serious questions.
So Magic can get guests, but nobody will watch.
Right. Like Oprah had on Jim Carrey yesterday. I'm watching that. Or 2 days ago. I don't know. I taped it.
Friday.
Yeah, I got it on tape, so I don't know. So she goes, Jim, you were married to Lauren Holly, and then you divorced, and now you're back with her again. And he goes, Oprah, I'm not going to talk about that. And how are you and Stedman? And she goes, oh, I see what you mean.
And that's the end of that.
And that was the end of that. And then we're back to, like, how great the Truman Show or something was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? You don't go on a talk show and then you can't dictate what the topics are.
please welcome Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold just took over. I mean, he was just a funny guy.
If I'm that hot, why has he got the show?
All right, this is him and Arnold?
Yeah.
All right, I haven't seen this. This is new to me.
I know you want to ask all the questions. Let me just throw one at you right off the top because I said to myself, I got to ask you this one question.
Arnold's interview. Arnold's applying for a talk show.
Let me see. You know, maybe I'll get a show.
That would be the best.
Yeah. That'd be funny if, like, they fire Magic Johnson and put Arnold Schwarzenegger's show.
Wait till they sit down and take questions from the audience.
Unbelievable.
I don't even believe, this is me talking.
Yeah.
I don't even believe the people asking questions are audience members. I think they're staff members.
Really?
Yeah, we have some questions from the audience, okay?
Oh, there's the bad uncle. I already know all the characters.
He's got a major role. He's no sidekick.
What's your name? John. Okay, John, who's the question for?
The question's for Arnold. Arnold, what?
Oh, so you could ask questions of Magic or Arnold.
Oh.
Magic's, in essence, his own host and also guest.
He's a guest,
too.
But why would Magic want to ask questions for Arnold when the audience can do that?
Right.
But my question is, why hasn't Magic asked the question? He wanted to sit behind the desk.
I know.
Heaviest thing you've ever lifted.
What is the heaviest thing you've ever lifted?
Geez.
Whoa. That's a good one. Let me think.
My wallet.
Yeah.
Ha, 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 ha.
All right.
Magic's wallet.
See, Robin, you don't know everything. Duh. Magic's wallet.
Yeah.
That whole thing reeks of a setup to me.
Gee, no kidding.
I know it.
You think this was rehearsed?
Our next question is not from the audience. I believe Sheila has a question.
Oh, Sheila E. is asking a question.
She just thought of it that second.
Yeah.
How do I get paid? Can I take this check to the bank right away?
This ain't gonna bounce, is it?
This is for Arnold. I want to know, since you're a Republican and Maria is a Democrat, does that cause problems in your marriage?
Well, that's a good one.
Wow.
It's a band leader question.
No,
but I don't understand why Sheila had to ask that question.
Because she
The
had
audience
it.
has run out of questions.
Why, she can't be allowed to ask a question? Well, it's including everyone.
Why can't Magic asked the question.
Well,
They wrote it for Sheila. Why didn't they write it for Magic?
Did Magic run out of questions?
They're trying to keep, they don't want to work him too hard the first night.
Right. He should play basketball with each of his guests.
That's what he should do.
Because that's what he's best at.
In fact, he'd be better off if he just kept it to sports figures.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You know, there's tons of black guys out there who can talk. If you want to have a black talk show host who attracts a black audience, if that's the theory here, get a guy who could talk. Like, what was the reason for getting rid of Arsenio Hall and putting Magic on?
Yeah, why won't they bring Arsenio back? Since he was the only one who could do that.
Beats me. Is anybody thinking out there? You know somebody put some money into this.
A lot, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it ain't cheap to start up a talk show.
I just keep thinking, you know, Magic Johnson is like the 90s Dick Shawn, man. You know, springtime for Hitler and all that.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe someone said, hey, if we put on a talk show and it loses money and no one watches it, maybe it'll be a good write-off.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of old ladies walking around without any money now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe Magic is paying people, because nobody could have come up with this idea.
Right.
Nobody went looking for Magic Johnson to do a talk show.
Right, right.
Maybe he's paying people to put him on TV.
I'm always starting to think that having a talk show, and a successful one, is harder than finding a cure for AIDS.
But
might be the worst show ever on television.
do you think this will last? No, we already said it's going to be longer.
It's going to last.
Beat Chevy's record.
Yeah, because it's a black guy and he has AIDS, and you know no one's going to want to fire him, and they'll let it linger on for 6 months, even though they're losing tons of money.
This is not the man you want to watch on late night TV. This man is a disgrace. He should not be on late night television.
Bob, you're on the air.
All right, this is my point. You know, every time it seems to me, every time a black man a black person tries to do something a little different, yeah, it's always a negative thing. And I admit, Magic Johnson's not the most articulate black man in the world, but you know, once in a while, say, hey, guys, trying something different. Let's cut him some slack.
Different.
And, yeah,
it's absolutely
different for him.
No, listen. First of all, every time a black guy does something, let me tell you something. First of all, your whole premise sucks. You think I'm against Magic Johnson because he's black. Well, Magic Johnson has no ability whatsoever to talk, and he's hosting a talk show. If you can't find the humor in that, you're out of your mind.
May I turn it around for you? And Robin as well. What happened when Jackie Mason gets on now? Here's a Jewish guy.
His show was the worst.
We said Jackie Mason is no TV host.
We said it was the worst, and we goofed on it all the time.
Jackie Mason, you're always touting him as one of the funniest.
He is.
He is a funny man.
Yeah, here's the point. Magic Johnson was a great basketball player. Jackie Mason's a great stand-up comic. Both those guys have no business hosting talk shows. You know, the show, Magic Johnson show, is so bad that it keeps sucking me in. I want to meet the guy who put this show on the air.
Could we find that person?
Whose idea it was?
Fox isn't real good at picking late-night shows. I wish they'd have me on that show. I think I might go on.
Are you going to call Magic and offer yourself?
What? I want to go on, but I promise you I will do this show if they ask me. But I will only do my song with the farting people.
You wouldn't sit down and talk to Magic, be asked questions by the audience?
No.
The Magic Hour wants you to know that the show you're about to see may contain statements by Mr. Howard Stern, which do not reflect the opinions of this network. We especially caution the parents of young children to be advised of this potentially offensive program content.
Okay, you've been warned. Let her rip.
Live from Los Angeles, it's the Magic Hour. Tonight, the one, the only Howard Stern.
Normally, this is the Magic Hour, but I kind of changed it tonight. It's the Magic and Howard show. Now, I've been doing this show for about 3 weeks, and he talks about me every single day. So tonight, we're going to sit down and have a one-on-one. But first, we got a special performance by his band. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to give it up for Howard Stern and the Losers.
I'd like to introduce you. Okay. Thank you.
Howard Stern, everybody. And the losers.
They deserve all the credit. They deserve all the credit.
Introduce us to everybody.
First of all, I want to thank you. Shut up. You better take control of this crowd, Magic. First of all, I want to just thank the losers for doing such a wonderful performance.
Okay.
And thank you for allowing this on television. It's very rare that they would allow this on any television. I'm not even sure this is television.
Now, let's get right to it. Now,
let's get right to it.
Why you been talking about me so much, man? Let's get right to it.
First of all, that's a good question. You know, I've been in the talk show business for a while.
For a
you
long
are a
time.
master of the basketball court. No one denies this. You've ever seen me? I've played basketball against midgets and lost. So I would never tell you what to do in basketball. But first of all, what I think you got to do is the show needs some work. It does need some work. I think Sheila would admit that. First of all, Sheila, the first night you came out, you're showing your breasts. You were showing some leg. Tonight, you dress more conservative than Magic.
Well,
you really should.
Well, you know she can't rip off her top.
She can rip off her top. She used to be with Prince. He was ripping her top off every night.
All right, what else? What else? What else?
All right, the thing you need to work on, in my estimation, seriously, is that you got to stop trying to talk like the white man. It's the truth. Everybody is. I read a fascinating article about you that they got a hold of you and gave you a speech coach, and they gave you a what other kind of coach?
Interview coach.
An interview coach. For crying out loud, what do you need? Anybody can interview. It's very simple. But what they're doing is they're tripping you up.
Okay.
Everybody's anti-ebonics. I say let it fly. Let me tell you something. Magic, or should I call you Irvin?
Either or.
I'll call you Irvin.
Okay.
Because everyone else calls you Magic.
All right.
Irvin, what you need to do, my brother, is to really get down with it. Everyone's trying to get you to talk like the white man. I think this show should loosen up and you talk ebonics all you want.
Okay. All right.
I know what I'm saying? Because it's ridiculous. I see you having trouble out there because everyone's confusing you. What? Now, who is the speech coach? Because this guy ought to be hung from the rafters. I say we bring him out here and hang him. Hang the guy from the rafters. He's screwing you up. What is the name of this gentleman? I want to know the speech coach.
His name is Arthur. Arthur,
what the hell are you doing to Magic? Man's getting out here trying to talk like the white man. Listen, you're a black man. I grew up in the black neighborhood. I'm blacker than you are. Trust me. I'm the blackest black man you'll ever meet.
Okay.
And I'm telling you right now, when I lived in Roosevelt, Long Island, which is a black ghetto, everybody, Eddie Murphy comes from there. Everybody talked like this. This is the way I talk when I'm... I was a big marble mouth. But you know what? It was fascinating because I was one of the people. And I believe you should go to that. I know you want to go to that.
Well, you know what?
Why does everybody have to understand every word you say? Who cares what you got to say?
Now, understand this.
No difference what you say.
Now, understand this, though. Understand this. Now, we can't be, talking slang on TV all the time.
Yes,
you can use a little bit of it.
Of course you can.
A little bit of it,
it
but
would be great.
Not all the time.
Who are you afraid of? Listen, white America, who gives a rat's ass about white America? Where I see it, plenty of black people around, plenty of Hispanic. What is Sheila E. anyway? I don't even know. She's mulatto or something. I don't know. Everybody, you walk around the halls, you try to figure out what race everybody is. I don't even know. But what I'm saying is you got enough Hispanics, you got blacks, you got a lot of white kids who are trying to talk all black. I'm saying there's enough of those people. We got Jay Leno and Letterman. They're all talking white. Those guys went to the finest schools. You got to get on there and just mix it up.
All right.
Where are you from? What
I'm
ghetto
from Michigan, but
Michigan.
hold on.
Is that a black area?
Hey, we got to pay some bills. We got to pay some bills.
We'll come back, and I'm going to talk to you some
more with Howard Stern. And when we come back, he's going to get to ask me anything he wants, okay? Back with Howard Stern.
Yeah, man, you shake it. That Sheila, I like. I like her. I like her brother. Now, what happened to the white guy, the comedian? You threw him off the show, right? You're always blaming the white guy.
Wait a minute. Now, you said the show needed some changes.
The show needed some changes.
That's what you said.
But the white guy got thrown off. Well, who made that decision to throw the white guy off? You didn't like him, did you?
We were not clicking together.
You were not clicking together. You had a couple of days. That's show business. A couple of days, and that's the end of it.
So, how long did you last?
I lasted, day 3. Magic says, we'll be back after this. And apparently that didn't include me. They came up and they whispered in my ear, oh, you're going to be off the couch now. The people upstairs decided you're going to be off the couch.
Was it a bad segment before then?
No, it had nothing to do with it. They had made the decision before. They said something about his sight lines or whatever. And it was funny because Arsenio Hall was the first guest. He walks out and he goes, where's Shu? He's funny. And then they would put me in, because I had a contract, they would put me in the 5th segment, the cooking segment. He would throw flour on me. Look, Craig, you're a cake. It was just such a disaster.
The article said that you got fired because you went out and said the show was a disaster.
I talked to someone, a reporter in Philadelphia, and they wrote one line. They were looking to fire me.
Right.
They said, because it was ill-conceived, like you said. And so I said, it's the Titanic, and I'm bailing out with a shot glass. That's what that quote got out to Los Angeles faster than the period was put on the sentence. And they said, you're out of here.
And they were like, we got him. We got him.
We got him. I lost $80,000 with that quote. They were acting like I was disparaging the show. The first guest when I was fired was Howard Stern, who completely rips on the show. As a matter of fact, I had to go to work every day listening to him replay. I'm going, oh, it was cringeworthy. I'm going, oh my God, here I come. You know, Howard had such a great time with the Magic Hour, and he went on.
I mean, it was brilliant.
But this tells you Hollywood, how Hollywood can throw their head to the side on certain things. But with me, they have all this integrity that he hurt our show by saying it's a shot glass, whatever. Meanwhile, Howard Stern goes on and goes, hey, Magic, you had fun getting the AIDS, didn't you?
He did. It's on YouTube still.
Oh, yeah, he did farting. He did a fart contest. It was unbelievable. And then Magic just sat there and, oh, come on, Howard.
Hold on, I've got to ask you.
You're going to ask me a question. Now, is this prepared by the speech coach, or is this a regular question?
No, this is a regular question.
All right, I want to hear this question.
Why do you think people love you, really?
Why do people love me? Because I ask provocative questions. Everybody's waiting for me to ask you questions and things like that.
Well, you get ready to ask me questions.
Because I'm fascinated. Yeah. Listen, I know about the HIV and everything, but I want to know about the life before HIV. You had the life that I wanted. You understand? Now, I know you present an image, a clean-cut guy, this and that, but I read about these booty parties that you used to throw. And I'm dying to know. Nobody ever asked you the real question. Okay. Before AIDS and before all of that kind of stuff, you had the life, right? I mean, you were married, but you got to screw around. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
It is not correct.
No, that's not correct.
You did have a little fun.
No, this is life before I was married.
Oh, it was before you were married?
Before I was married.
So everybody hung out by the pool. Rap stars. Was it mostly black guys, or we had some white guys in there?
We did have a few white guys.
So a white guy like me could have come to the party? You don't know. Okay, so you'd have these parties. Now, I understand that you used to have a room roped off with velvet ropes. Is this true? I read this in the National Enquirer.
So you know you can't believe it,
I believe all of that.
Oh,
everything they write is true.
Come on.
I've never seen them be wrong. They say that you would have a couple of brothers outside your bedroom, and for a girl to make it in, she had to be incredible looking. This is what I've always wanted for my entire life. You understand? I got married very young. I met my wife when I was 19. I never took advantage of my fame. Okay. But you're telling me 2 or 3 women would wait outside your room. Now, how would a woman get in the room? She have to be the best-looking woman at the party?
Now, you want me to take you through this whole scenario?
Take me through the whole thing, and let me take my pants off.
We can't have that happen.
I want that. This goddamn AIDS, we got to get rid of it. We got to get the parties going back again. Magic's place. Once we find the cure, we're all over the Magic time. Now, that's going to be a magical show. I said we should move this show right over to the pool where we used to have the party. Sheila and a thong. And a brother. I'll do both of you. All right, listen to me.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead. I'm a girl, I'm hot, and I want to get into Magic's room, but obviously you're the host of the party, you're the man with the money. What are you worth, $200, $300 million?
I'm worth, like you, a few pennies.
Right, so any girl would want to get into your room. These are white chicks, black chicks, what do we got?
See,
what did you prefer?
It's a party of everybody.
So you would have sex with everybody. At least you had fun getting AIDS. You know what I'm saying? I know guys, they go for a blood transfusion. It's a real pain in the ass. You know what I mean? I should only have some fun.
We're back with Howard Stern and the beautiful Robin Quivers. And the audience has some questions. Now, wait a minute.
Why was that not delivered in Ebonics? I don't understand it.
Robin, how can you work with this guy?
Now, wait a minute. How can I work with you, Magic? You didn't even pay for me to come here.
No.
You didn't get me a hotel room. And then you asked me to do the show.
That's right.
You have some nerve.
I really do.
You really have some nerve.
Guess who I learned that from?
Who?
Howard.
Oh. Well, now you know.
By the way, Magic, you notice Robin is showing ample cleavage.
Wait a minute.
And I believe this is going to help your ratings.
Well, Sheila E. decided not to tonight.
So you decided
I'm taking
to.
up the slack.
Okay. Well, let's get some questions from the audience.
Can I say something, though? I noticed it is a celebrity-filled audience tonight. I see that Drew Carey is there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm very honored. one guy I feel that really, I mean, you talk about a wild sex life. Here's a guy, another guy with a clean-cut image. This guy's out with hookers and strippers every night. You ought to get him up here every once in a while.
Well,
He's the guy to interview.
We'll get him on and we'll talk about that when he comes back, okay? Right. Go ahead, Steve, take it away.
All right, I got the first question.
Howard,
hey, what happened to the white guy? Now, you're taking over?
That was like a quick change thing. This is the magic show.
What are you, a Muslim, or what are you? I don't even know what you are.
I'm a black...
Now, Magic, who is this guy? Is this a personal friend of yours?
Yeah, personal friend.
Give everybody, all your friends a job?
That's
Do you feel bad for the white guy you replace, or you don't even care?
Show business, baby, show business.
White guy sitting at home, he goes, I don't know, I thought this was a white country. What happened? You don't feel bad at all about the white guy, Magic?
We got to get some questions from your fans.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Let the fans ask you
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If the ratings continue to slide downward, you going to fire this guy, or are you going to... Who's the next to go? I want to know. I say chill his brother.
You know what?
While we're at it...
Wait a minute. Let me correct you, because the ratings are going up now.
They are going up.
What is this win a date with Sheila E? What is that all about? You're going to pimp out the band?
Oh, yeah.
We learned from the Howard Stern show.
Let me tell you something. It's going to be like the old days back at Magic's pool. You're going to meet Sheila E. over by the pool. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be wild.
Get a question from somebody
Howard, I got the first question.
Right. You are way too happy. You're the next to go. Wise up, baby. Wise up.
Born and raised in Roosevelt, Long Island, Eddie Road, right by the park. Went to Roosevelt High School, graduated in 1984. I consider myself fluent and polysyllabic. What's your big beef with Roosevelt, man?
Let me tell you something. You're the reason the ratings are going down. No one's interested in your biography. Who is this guy?
This guy. Who else got a question for Howard Stern? Come here.
Got a question up there.
I don't want to learn that much.
Here's a guy that's not from Roosevelt.
He's gone in 2 days anyway.
What's your name?
My name's Trace.
Trace, who's your question for?
It's for Howard and Robin.
I'll be honest with you, this whole segment is a bad idea.
This is a good question.
Magic, aren't you supposed to be asking the questions on this show?
Let this guy ask you a question.
It's
He's
a good
a fan.
question.
He listens to you every morning.
Howard, they make a big deal in the X-Files about Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny kissing. When were we going to see you and the lovely Robin kiss?
Let me tell you something. Robin and I have been going after Robin for a long time, and she really doesn't want to give me any, to be honest with you. You know what? I really don't like you, and I don't like the new guy.
So, there's no jungle fever going on here.
There's no jungle fever.
There's plenty of jungle fever.
Right, there's
but
fever.
Nobody's getting any relief.
Exactly.
Got some more. Want to ask a question here, sir? You got a question?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry I offended you.
Howard Stern. My name is Tiny Zoo. Hey, Howard, sit down when I'm talking. Raise your hand if you want to talk.
Shalom Aleichem. Say that.
You've been trying to clean this stuff up tonight,
Yes.
but before you came on this show, you've been talking a lot about magic.
That's
you
true.
got a problem the way I talk, chump?
Wasn't
No.
it you were saying Magic should go ahead and talk the way he talks?
No, I was saying, you see how you're
I said raise your hand.
Let me tell you something. I am so fascinated by your life. I've been dying to talk with you.
Yeah. I know you've been wanting me on the show. And
Absolutely.
You've done my show, I'm going to do your show.
Oh, excellent. That's
Okay.
good.
Anyway, so we'll be talking to Magic Johnson and find out what he's been up to. I haven't seen Magic Johnson since I did his TV show.
Hi, I'm late, Mr. Howard.
No. That's Magic Godfrey. There's Magic. Watch your head, Magic. Magic, watch your head.
Magic's in the house.
It's very... How you doing, Magic? Gilbert. Hey, Magic. Good to see you.
Gilbert.
What is it, Baba Boo Hi?
You know, I want to ask Magic. I was just checking this out. I was looking through the notes, get this really cool quote. So I guess a couple of years ago, Chauncey from Steppin' Out asked Magic about you and your relationship with Magic and Howard. Yeah. And he said, Howard's got a problem with me because I never do his show, et cetera, et cetera. He said, Howard can't bring me down. I'm still here. I'm still standing.
Right.
And then he said, you know what? I'm going to be working for a long time, and that's very tough for the people on the Howard Stern show to take. Meanwhile, Howard won't be on TV long after I'm still here, and you can bet on that. I'll still be on TV long after Howard Stern is gone.
All right, so listen, he was wrong.
I was very wrong.
Right. But who cares about TV when you're a successful businessman like you? What do you need that for?
What?
I always said to you, what do you need that for?
Actually, the failed TV show helped me out a lot.
How?
Because now, business-wise, it just took off.
Really?
Yeah.
Because why? You're concentrating on business?
No, it's just that wasn't for me.
Right.
You're great at what you do.
You got it out of your system.
Exactly. I tried it. I failed.
Right.
It was terrible.
I should have been your co-host on that TV show.
Yeah, I see that.
But you
probably
the chemistry.
I'd probably still be on.
You would be. We would have had a hit. What?